All right, today we're diving into a really cool adventure. We're not just going to talk about building websites, we're going to map out the entire journey from the ground up. Let's get into it. So, let me ask you this. Are you ready to make that jump to go from someone who just clicks around on the web to someone who actually creates it? Because that's the journey we're kicking off right now. You know, every great story starts with a call to adventure, and ours is all about making a big switch from being a consumer to a creator. It's about starting to see the digital world not just as a place you visit, but as a place you can actually build yourself. Now, before you can build, you've got to understand the terrain. So let's clear up something that trips a lot of people up: the internet versus the web. Think of it like this, okay? The internet is the infrastructure. It's all the roads and highways connecting everything across the globe. The web, on the other hand, well, that's the cars and trucks driving on those roads. It's the stuff you actually see and click on. One is the system, the other is the experience. And what are those cars? They're websites, of course. And probably the easiest way to think about a website is to imagine a digital book. Yep, that's right. It has different pages you can flip through, and they're all connected together with links. Okay, so we've got the basic ideas down. Now it's time to open up our digital tool belt. And the first, most fundamental tool we're going to master is the secret code that underpins every single website out there: HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and you can just think of it as the skeleton of the web. Seriously, every page you've ever been on, from social media to a news site, is built on an HTML skeleton. It gives the page its core structure, the bones that hold everything in place. So, how does this secret code even work? It all comes down to something called tags. I like to think of them as tag earmuffs that you put around your text to tell the browser what to do. For instance, if you wrap some words in an H1 tag, boom, you get a giant heading. Use a P tag and you've got a normal paragraph. It's a super simple but powerful way to give commands. And trust me, it gets even more fun from there. Once you know the basics, you start adding images, which is basically like giving your website eyes. And then you add hyperlinks. These are like little teleportation pads that let you zap from one page to another instantly. Now, a skeleton is a great start, but let's be honest, nobody wants to look at just bones, right? It's time to add the skin, the clothes, the personality. It's time to add the magic, and that's where the art of CSS comes in. So when you first build a page with just HTML, it kind of looks like this. It's functional for sure. It has all the right information, but it's a little boring, don't you think? It's got the structure, but zero style. Exactly. Why on earth would you stop at just the bones? We're here to bring the style. This is the part where we go from being an architect to being an interior designer. And would you look at that, which is a little bit of CSS, that plain page is completely transformed. This is the exact same content, but now it's alive with color, cool fonts, and a background. CSS is what takes your site from a boring blueprint to a beautiful, finished piece of work. Think of CSS as giving you a whole new set of superpowers. You get to be the fashion designer for your website. You can change colors, pick from thousands of awesome fonts, add backgrounds, create borders. You can even give things personal space using padding and margins, which is what makes everything look so neat and professional. So you've figured out how to build the structure with HTML and how to make it look amazing with CSS. So what's next? Well, now it's time for the final quest, putting all those skills together to become a true web magician. Now, here's how this all comes together. The journey really takes off with a midterm mission to build your first 2-page website. After that, you'll spend time styling it, getting feedback from your friends, and then, for the grand finale, you'll build a totally new mini site for your final assessment. That first big milestone is so important. Your goal is super clear. Create a working 2-page website. That's a real, tangible thing you can point to and say, I built that. It proves you've nailed the fundamentals. And this is the ultimate goal, right? The whole journey is designed to take anyone from a beginner to a web magician, someone who can look at a blank screen and conjure up a digital world with nothing but code and their own imagination. So after seeing this whole journey, from surfer to builder, from a simple skeleton to a full-blown masterpiece, there's really only one question left to ask you. What world will you build?